Okay, by definition this is going to be a quick start, so let's do it quickly. I'm not going to explain much. I've already explained a lot of things in more detail in my intro video series, so this is just going to cut to the chase. Trust me on this, just follow this. First thing you do as soon as you open Blender, don't mess around, go over to File, User Preferences, and on Input, turn emulate 3-button mouse on. If you're using a laptop and you don't have a numpad, use emulate numpad, and the top numbers across your keyboard will be the same as the numpad on the keyboard. You need that to navigate if you have a laptop without a numpad. Okay, and in editing, turn release confirms on. Like I say, I've explained all these things in another video, but this is just getting you started right away. Themes, you can change the theme colors and so on. I don't like the default, so I like this one. So I'm just going to leave it like that. How about that? Alright, so now the next thing you know, now that you've set these defaults, now you can use the left mouse button and Alt to navigate around. Okay, you can use Shift Alt to drag back and forth, slide your finger down to Control to zoom in and zoom out, or use the mouse wheel to zoom in and zoom out. Okay. Other navigation points are the keyboard shortcuts for the views, but before we get there, quickly, to select items in Blender, it's right click. So you're selecting with the right mouse button. Okay, get used to that. So now select the cube and hit the period key. That is the zoom key, or the center on selection key. Alright, and another apps that's usually the F key for focus. So we're focusing on the light, focusing on the camera, and so on with the period key and the numpad. Okay, so if you don't have a numpad and you're on a laptop, I don't think there's another shortcut for it, even with the numbers across the top. So you can just go to View and Align View down here, View Selected, and it will go pop up to there just like it will if you hit the period key. So maybe you could find a way to assign that to another key if you're using a laptop without a numpad. Okay, so there's that. And now, so we've done basic navigation. Now, using the numpad, we want to figure out how to navigate different windows. So you can hit 1 on the numpad to go to the front view, 5 toggles an orthographic and a perspective view. So 1 is front, 3 is side, 7 is top, 5 to toggle that, 0 is the camera. And from any view, if you just hit the hold the mouse, the left mouse button and the Alt key, you can simply drag out of that view. Okay, and that's true for anything. If I'm in the right view or orthographic and I start dragging, now I'm in a perspective orthographic. But if I hit the 5 key, now I'm in the true perspective mode. So that's how you navigate around. You can slide the interface around like this. Without getting too far, if you want to find out how to make this full screen, just Control up arrow and it will be full screen. Shortcuts for these little guys on the side here that I'm using, these little X's to bring on and off. The shortcuts are T, toggle T for the tool menu, and on the right it's N for the numeric panel to toggle that on and off. Control up arrow to go back into the normal interface. Okay, and moving over here, we have the properties panel and the outliner up here, which has a list of the items in the scene. Okay, and then lastly, real quick, for basic operations, Blender is split up into 2 modes. So if we right-click, select the cube, hit the Tab key, that puts us into edit mode, and you can change your components down here. If you're going to drag on, just click on something and drag it with the right mouse button, it'll automatically drag. Okay, and then the edges, you can automatically drag those, and faces, you can automatically drag those. And of course you'd have to learn about other tools as far as editing goes, but that gets you started, how to get into the interface, how to use it, how to get into edit mode and out of edit mode, and basically be up and running if you want to take it from there.